Okay, here we are, round 3 of our match of resistance bands versus the free weights. This is going to be my thoughts and opinions and suggestions. So, let's get to it. So after reading the similarities and differences, you must think that the overwhelming favorite has got to be the resistance bands. Well, I'm sorry. I am here to tell you that once again, it comes down to personal preference and availability. Look, you can get just as fit with resistance bands as you can free weights. Like I said, most of the differences come down to cost and if you need to take them anywhere, obviously the bands are better for that. But as in for your what type of level of fitness that you can get the same type of level of fitness with either one. It really just depends. Now my preference is free weights. I really love using free weights. I don't have anything against resistance bands. I've used resistance bands in the past. I just prefer the free weights. But let me remind you, if you're going to use the free weights, you must make sure you know exactly what you're doing using proper form, because you can be more prone to injury using them than resistance bands. I'm not saying you can't get injured using resistance bands. You're just less likely to get injured using them than free weights. So like I said, that's where I think bands have a little bit of an advantage. Just depends on proper form. Now, I don't know if there really are any programs that are out there where you really have to use free weights over the bands. Beachbody has one program. It's called Body Beast. It's something that I haven't done yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do. We'll see. But it's a program that's based on building just a lot of muscle mass to get really big. So you may have to use just free weights for that, just because of the amount of weight that you have to use, how heavy of lifting you need to do. So I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know if they use resistance bands, so that might be one where if you're going to do it, you might have to use free weights. But here's my suggestion. If you're able to and you want to, incorporate both into your workout. Maybe you find that you like using free weights and you like using resistance bands. So switch it up and use both. Do a couple weeks of free weights and then do a couple weeks of resistance bands. Or 3 weeks of free weights and 1 week of resistance bands. Whatever. Just make sure that it's something that you enjoy doing. If you don't really enjoy using one or the other, then don't. Because if you try to force yourself to, then you might end up not doing your workout at all, or you're just not going to get as much out of it because you're not putting as much max effort into it because you're not enjoying it. So, like I said, it really comes down to personal preference. But in my opinion, if you're a resistance band person or you're a free weight person, hey, you're going to get just as fit using one or the other. Just know what you're doing with each one. Find out what works for you. Find out which one you like. So, since this is round 3 of our match, I guess I have to come down to a decision. So, the judge's decision on resistance bands versus free weights is a draw. I know, very anticlimactic, but I'm sorry, that's just what I think. So, go out, get your resistance bands or get your free weights, whatever you decide you want to do, and get to your workout. So, until next time, adios.